Welcome to the Generation Kids Daily Devo podcast, where we move from wonder to worship, looking for God at work in the world around us, ready to ask the tough questions and discover what His Word has to say to us. Today's episode is titled, Got Milk? And it comes from me, Casey Taylor. It was like a movie. The screen was dark, and all I could hear was the single phrase through the blankness of my dream state. Oh my goodness, honey, I think my water broke. I think the baby's coming. And just like that, I popped out of the bed, saw all the indicators that, yes, indeed, it did appear that our first child was ready to make an appearance, and we rushed off to the hospital. The next several hours, days, weeks, months, and years have all gone by so quickly. It's as they say, the days are long, but the years are short. If that doesn't make sense now, just wait until one day, if you have kids of your own, and it will. Our oldest child and our first son was born 15 years ago today. And it's hard for me to believe that he's turning 15, but in some ways, I definitely know that it took 15 years to get here, because I can remember all the stages of growth that he went through. Learning to breathe, in those first moments, learning to eat solid foods, learning to use the bathroom on his own, learning to read, learning to make jokes, learning to shoot a basketball, throw a baseball, and learning about God. All those things take time. They took time. But not all of those things came naturally. Some of them were a lot of work. I mean, we went through a ton of diapers before we got to relieve ourselves of helping him relieve himself.
Gross.
But God made each one of us so incredibly that we did come preloaded with a desire to survive. And there's one thing for certain. Kids know what they want. And they know how to express it. If you've ever had a hungry child, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. God gave us a desire for sustenance that many times when we're babies, we get it through milk that is created by our moms or provided for us in other ways. Babies crave it. It's something that we don't have to learn. We know it so deeply inside already. This is the picture that Peter is painting for us in today's verse.
Like newborn infants, long for the pure spiritual milk, that by it you may grow up into salvation, if indeed you have tasted that the Lord is good. 1 Peter 2:2.
Peter suggests that once we've tasted and seen that the Lord is good, that we should, like newborn infants, have a built-in desire and a longing for the spiritual milk, which is the knowledge of God and His Word, and that knowledge and the inner pull towards it will help us grow in the same way that normal milk helps a newborn baby. One of the things that's important to recognize here is that for some people, they need to taste to see that the Lord is good. They need to experience His goodness. Because once they do, this verse tells us, they can't help but be pulled towards Him. But some people haven't recognized His goodness yet. Maybe because they haven't heard of His love for them, or because those who have represented Him haven't accurately shown others how He truly loves them. We can be poor reflections of His image sometimes, because we're not perfect. But that's why it's so important that those of us who have tasted and seen that the Lord is good, those of us who have been changed by that goodness, that we should seek to share in the good news, the newness and fulfillment that comes through knowing Christ. Seeing someone reborn into the family of Christ is an incredible thing to witness, like seeing my son for the first time and welcoming him into the world. When the doctor told me, "Dad, you're the first person he's ever seen in his entire life," as my son opened his eyes for the first time. Maybe God will allow you to be the first thing that your friend, your parent, your grandparent, or a stranger sees as God uses you to welcome them into a new beginning as a Christian. As your light shines and projects the love of God to them, may you help awaken a hunger for that spiritual milk, the knowledge of God, inside of others, that we may all grow up together into our eternal salvation with Him. Now it's time for
Today's Big Question!
Today's big question is, can you remember the first moment you realized that you wanted to know God? Do you remember what it was that gave you the hunger to know more? Was it a conversation? Was it a worship song? A lesson at church? Or a helping hand from a stranger? Ask God if He would use you to help stir a hunger for Him and someone around you today. Thanks for listening to the Generation Kids Daily Devo podcast. If you want to keep in touch with us on all our social media platforms, check out the links in the description. And if you'd like to help support us as we continue to create meaningful content for kids of all generations, please subscribe to our Patreon by visiting us at patreon.com/wearegenerationkids.